What's up, everybody? So we're back here working on the Civic. This should be the last video with the Civic, I guess, for doing the manual swap. This will be the last piece. As you guys can tell by the title of the video, we're doing the reverse lights. Everything is done now. We ended up doing, I guess if you guys have been following the series, you guys know we got the car to drive and run in the last video, which I was super happy about. The only thing that kind of sucked is like getting stuck at 4,000 RPM.
Yeah.
You and I, we did go ahead. We messed with it a little bit. I actually brought over the VTEC head that I have. I swapped a bunch of parts onto the engine thinking it would work, and it did kind of. It like tricked the computer for a little bit. Thinking it had VTEC. I think we put like the evap and a couple other sensors back into it.
The solenoid, yeah. Yeah,
and it worked for a little bit, and then it just immediately went right back to limp mode.
Like once you get past 4,000, it knows.
Yeah, it just automatically knows in the system. So there's really nothing I can do about it. I've kind of been reading a bunch of stuff online, and nobody's really giving me any answers. I'm kind of hoping maybe one of you guys know. But for now, I guess it just gives me good gas mileage.
Yeah, really good gas mileage.
I can't rev it out. It's not a race car. It's not fast by any means, which kind of sucks.
I mean, it's kind of.
I kind of wish it was faster, but at the same time, it's like,
It is what it is.
Yeah,
it's a Civic.
I'm just really glad that we got this far. So here you guys can see, we ended up getting the Civic all cleaned up. It's great. It looks fantastic now. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go ahead, jump into the cab now and wire up the reverse lights. Now in order to do that, I think we have to go into the glove box, drop that down out of the way, and there should be like a relay and then the plug to the actual ECU itself, or I guess to the main chassis harness. Have to splice in a couple wires and ground them out. So let's go ahead and do that and see if we can get this to work. Alright, so step one we need to do is go ahead, disconnect the battery to get rid of all the power, and just give you guys a quick look here. We ended up, like I said, connecting all this stuff here to try to trick the computer, which obviously that doesn't work. It does kind of make it rev freely when you are like stopped and whatnot, but other than that, it still maxes out about 4,000 RPM. So we'll go ahead, pop the terminals off this battery, and then jump into the inside the car. Okay, so according to the guide, we have to go in here, open the glove box, same little thing, pop these two tabs out, get the glove box to drop down, and have access to the relay that is like down here on the back half, and then the wiring harness to like the ECU and everything. And then I guess one little quick update for you guys have followed along here. When we did the whole interior swap, I never actually did the sun visors. Luke and I went ahead, got these painted, the tan ones, and now they look great, they work. You can see over there, and I also got the map light installed. All that's left to do is hook up the shift boot, make it so it's proper rather than being this floppy piece of crap. I do have something for this. Maybe we'll go and throw it in this video, but for now we're just going to continue on with trying to get these reverse lights to work. Okay, so here are our relays here. I believe it's the black one here, and then it's going to be this plug here that we have to mess with to have better access. We're going to remove this panel here. Now, like I've said previously, whoever was the previous owner of this, or I guess of the black Civic that we got the dash and stuff from, had already cut this out. That's why there's no plastic piece here, so it makes it a little easier, but otherwise there's just these few bolts here, here, and here, and I think there's one tucked up in here, and then that'll drop down, so we have, like I said, easy access. Okay, so now we have the glove box all dropped out of the way. This is the relay that they're talking about according to the forum, and we went ahead, pulled back some of this electrical tape. You can see here, this is the wire. It's white with two gray stripes. Hope you guys can see that. And then also we have to locate this gray plug here, and then there should be a green wire with a white stripe, which looks like it's this one here in the back that goes into the plug. And then there's also this solid yellow one. In the little write-up it says it's a yellow with white stripe, but since it's an 03 harness, it's just going to be solid yellow. So we're going to cut those as well, and I got to read up a little bit more, but I think we're supposed to tape off these ones, and then these here are going to get somehow extended and attached here, and then one of the other wires can get grounded out. So for now, let's go ahead, trim back some of this electrical tape to give us a little bit more room to work with in both areas, and snip them off, and then we can go from there. Alright, so here we go. This is the kind of scary part, cutting these wires. So it's this one here. We'll snip it up about here. So that one's cut, and then it is these two on the plug. Right there. So it's been done now, and I believe we are supposed to tape up this wire here. This one won't be used on this end, and then these two here won't be used, but we're going to be using these two and this one here. So we'll go ahead, I'm probably going to throw a little heat shrink over top of these just to keep them protected, and then we'll just keep on going forward with this. and wire this all up. Okay, so now you guys can see here, this is the white wire that connected to the relay. I went ahead, got this heat shrink on here, so now that one is tied off. This one here is just, we're gonna leave open. I've got it stripped back and ready to go. And then we also have this green and yellow one, or I guess the green and white one's here, and then the yellow one's here. I've got both of those stripped back, and then there's two that came into here on the, that go into the plug itself, which I already have heat shrinked and capped off, because those two are not gonna be used. Now, I believe the green and white wire is going to connect to this white wire here, and the yellow one we're going to go ahead and add an extra piece of wire. Well, I guess we're going to add an extra wire to both of them just to connect these two to here, and then the white or the yellow one is going to get a terminal added to the end of it to have it ground out somewhere underneath here connecting to metal. So this one's ground and this one connects to the relay. Okay, so now this wire is done here. Next one up is to go ahead and add a piece to here that will extend so we can make it to the ground. Okay, so technically this should be it. All it's have to do is go ahead and add this to the end of here and pinch this down, and then we can go ahead and ground this out somewhere underneath here. Alright, so that should be it. Now all we have to do is just go ahead, connect this to like a strong, heavy piece of metal and have a strong connection. That way this can ground it out. But technically we should have reverse lights now. So let's go ahead, put everything back together and find a place to mount this and see if the lights work. Okay, well, we got everything hooked up now. All it's have to do, connect the terminals back together and see if the reverse lights kick on. Alright, you ready back there?
Yep.
Alright, so here's brake lights.
Good.
Both good?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's see if reverse works.
Yep.
Oh, nice, dude. They both lit up?
Yeah, both are.
Sweet. So this worked.
Yeah. They both up.
Sweet. Alright, so now you can go ahead, put the interior back together, and should be done.
Alright, sweet.
So that was pretty simple getting the wiring to work. I thought it was going to be a lot more work than what it was, but reverse lights work, and that pretty much completes it. If you guys want to make this like the end point of the manual swap, everything is done now. The only thing that's left to do, as far as like interior wise, like I mentioned earlier, was go ahead and put in a new shift boot, which I have right here. It's black with red stitching, it's leather. This will definitely clean it up a lot more than what's in there now, and I think it's just going to make it look a lot better. So let's go ahead and throw that in now and finish off this interior. So, out with the old and in with the new. This thing looks pretty sick. It's a little bit of a trick to get it on there. You basically have to cut it out to the same shape. It's not the best job in the world. Our stapler gun kind of is screwing up. Luke's trying to fix it right now. But I managed to make this work. So let's go ahead and throw this into the car. I think that's pretty sick. That'll work real nice now. Sweet. So there you guys have it. We got the reverse lights working. We got the new shift boot in. So this car is basically done. There's really nothing left for me to do to it anymore. I've kind of completed everything that I wanted to. It now runs, it drives. It's no longer just a big paperweight sitting in the driveway. I actually like it now that it's manual. It's actually
it's fun.
More fun to drive because automatic was just kind of nothing.
Yeah. It's go-karty.
Yeah. And I'm just really happy that we got this manual swap done because this is something that you and I have never done. It's taken a lot of work
to drive.
Yeah, I'm actually I am really surprised. The only thing I'm disappointed with is the fact that it only revs up to 4,000 RPM. But hey, it's fine. It's more of like an economy car now, which I'm gonna get good gas mileage with it. And like I said, when I kind of introduced this car to the channel a long time ago, it was just basically going to be like a daily driver. I didn't really plan on doing all this stuff to it, but now that it's done, it's
done.
A little bit more fun. But like I said, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below as far as like how to fix the
that
link
revving
mode or get it up to maybe rev a little higher. Like I said, we hooked up like the VTEC stuff, even though the head itself is not VTEC. It does rev out to like
It
6,000
gives you like
RPM,
one
but
shot.
it's only like when you first start it. Once you start driving, you can probably get up to like 5,000 RPM, but then it kind of like
It corrects
it
itself.
corrects it and drops it back down to 4,000 RPM. So it just kind of catches itself. You can still get up to speed just fine. It's not a huge deal or anything, but I would like to have it maybe rev out a little bit
A
better.
bit more peppy.
Yep. But yeah, this car, I don't really know what else to do to it. I think we're just gonna enjoy it for now. Take it out, drive it, put some miles on it, break the clutch in and everything, and then if
Yeah.
anything happens or I get some other crazy idea, it may be back. But for now, I think we can go ahead and jump in onto your truck. That's the next plan, the next thing that I want to do. And let's just say we
Found something.
we got a little trip maybe coming up.
Yep.
We're gonna go check out something. It's gonna go for Luke's truck, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully that's the next video, if not the following video, because I'd like to go ahead and post a complete video of the Civic, kind of going over everything that we have done to it, like a step-by-step of the manual swap, rather than have it broke down in each individual video, have it just kind of a walk around, kind of talk and tell you guys step-by-step what to do, what we used, and how we did it, rather than just having it be spaced out in multiple videos. Just kind of give like a wrap-up. Overview, yes. So stay tuned for that. But hopefully you guys like this video. If you guys like this whole Civic series with the whole manual swap, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.